Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is your teacher speaking, and we're just cruising into our Year 7 assessment task called the Raised Vegetable Garden Design, which is going to look at perimeter, area and volume. Now you own a backyard vegetable garden landscape business and your client has requested 2 plans for raised garden beds. They have the following requirements. Each must have a brick wall around it and be 50 centimetres high. So it's a bit like what I've got of the pictures here. Design 1 must be a rectangular prism with a length of 6 metres and a width of 3 metres. Design 2 can be a different prism, but has to have a base area of 12 metres squared. So that is, the length multiplied by the width will have to equal 12 metres squared. So we have to put a number in for length and a number in for width, so when they multiply together, we'll get 12 metres squared. And probably the easiest one to do would be to do a rectangle. But for those who want to go for above standard marks, you can choose different shapes. You must also work out the costings for this. All of this will go onto a poster. Now there are some posters at the front of the room for you. And on the poster we would like front view diagrams and bird's eye view diagrams. Or if you feel like you can do it, you can draw 3D diagrams like I've got here. On there also we need the measurements, and so we can calculate perimeter and volume, and the costs. So we have costs for the brick wall where we use the perimeter, and the costs for the soil where we'll use volume. Now I'll show you my no expenses spared vegetable garden, which is along here. Now I could call this the front view. I'll say this is the front of my vegetable garden, and we can say it's got a length of 6 metres and a height of 0.5 metres. Look at those lovely bricks. If I go for a bird's eye view, look at those lovely vegetables there. I've got my length of 6 metres and my width of 3 metres going along there. And just look at all those nice veggies. Don't you just want to eat them? Aren't they fantastic? So we can see here, if I go all the way around here, I can work out my perimeter. So that's something just to remember. And we'll just head back onto my laptop here and we'll scroll down. Now with our costings, soil costs $55 per metre cube or cubic metre. So once we calculate the volume of the garden bed, then we can calculate the soil costs. Now the brick costs for a 0.5 metre high wall, which is the height the owners want, will be $25 per metre. And we'll use the perimeter of the bird's eye view to calculate that. Now I've got an example here. So for the design 2, that's where we get to choose the length and the width. But remember, it has to equal a base area of 12 metres squared. So 12 metres squared, I chose a length of 4 metres and a width of 3 metres, because 4 multiplied by 3 gives us 12. So here you can see my bird's eye view here. Got my 3 metre wide garden bed and 4 metre long garden bed. Red bricks on the outside and lovely green veggies on the inside there. Now my front view, you can see just the bricks here. So we've got 4 metres long along here and it's 0.5 metres high. Now the perimeter of the garden bed, if we use the bird's eye view, is basically the distance around the outside. So we've got 4 metres plus 4 metres plus 3 metres plus 3 metres, because it's a rectangle and opposite sides are equal. That gives us a total of 14 metres. Now I can use that to get my cost of the brick wall, because each metre is $25. So basically I got 14 lots of $25. 14 times 25 will give me $350. Now for the volume of the garden bed, I've got to use both views. Remember, volume is length times width times height, or you can say base area times height, because base area, or area of the base, is length times width. So we have 4 metres by 3 metres by 0.5 metres, and that gives me 6 metres cubed. And the soil costs was $55 per metre cubed, and I've got 6 of them. So I've got 6 lots of $55, which is $330. Now my total costs is the brick wall and the soil. So I add up those two costs together and I should get a total. I think there's a mistake there. My 330 is turned into 300 there. Bad, Mr. Hines. Now to get above standard marks, you can invent a triangular or a circular prism garden bed for design 2, but it has to fit the rules. Because remember, volume equals base area times height. If you have any problems, please speak to one of your lovely teachers. They'll be able to assist you, and I bid you luck in your journey. Okay, bye-bye.